All right. And by way of starting, you know that means the Hot Ones classic sauce. We have our Scoville ratings from 1,800. Does that sound like a lot? And by the way, you're like all of you schmucks that already got your hot wings that are not hot in the back. If you want to come up and sauce them up, you can. Our 1,800 one is El Clasico here, Travis. And I'm just going to put, just
That's the last time we talk about El Clasico on this.
Are you guys not? What happened with the Madrid and?
Madrid won.
Oh, Barcelona.
Yeah,
Are you a
Madrid
Barca
won.
fan?
Yeah, I'm a Barca
Is that?
Second half they didn't show up.
Is that right?
Yeah, second half they just quit.
Fun fact. So I cruised into Madrid on business, and I got to just walk into El Clasico one time. Like,
Wow.
Totally random. We like broke loose from work, and it was just like, hey, what's this game going on?
Wow.
It was wild. They had barbed wire around the Barcelona fans.
Yeah.
And it wasn't to keep them in; it was to keep people from getting into them.
For sure.
It was wild.
Yep.
Like, have you ever been to a soccer game and seen barbed wire around the visiting team? Like, it puts a whole new level to holy
It's more
war.
intense in Argentina.
Oh, I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
But
Learn a lot
okay,
from it.
all right, get
here we
after
go.
the sauce. First question, Travis is we're actually gonna open with a closure question.
Okay.
So take us back to 2012 or so. You've been running Calle, the retail brand, street soccer brand that started 5-6 years prior to that. Won a business plan competition. You've opened, you've got the products. If you guys are new to Calle, you've got soccer balls and some street gear in 120 plus stores around the world, and then you're closing. Like tell us about that experience and how'd that come about and what that kind of felt like.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. So we opened in 2006 in a Provo basement, and like Brian was saying, grew to about 120 shops around the country. The recession had a big toll on the mom and pop soccer shops that we sold to, and I think in 2011 we had to write off like $300,000 of bad debt.
Oh wow!
And for a company that's just barely doing $1 million, that
Yeah,
was
you're
like,
just
that was a lot. So we needed to raise more money, and at that point, our primary investor had kind of asked Josh Robbins and I, who were kind of we had a location down in Southern California in San Clemente, a little office down there. Asked them to come meet with us in Vegas, and basically said that he's going to take Calle in a kind of different direction. He owned about 70% of the company at that point, and wanted to go high end with it. We always kind of wanted to be like the Vans of soccer,
right?
And kind of took off on a high direction, kind of high end stuff, and selling wax denim jeans. It was like $300, and like couldn't even play in them. So it was a very different vision.
Jeans for the soccer brand, huh?
Yeah,
So he had
like
different
wax
brand.
denim, yeah. So it was a completely different direction. We rebranded, basically got rid of Calle and the Pigeon. So I left in 2012, just because I didn't see it kind of going anywhere at that point, and so took off. So kind of closed shop in 2012.
And I know everyone's like, why'd you open on a downer question of like, aren't we talking about success in business? But I don't know. I just feel like, that's kind of key to you. You talk a lot about resurgence, right? That the Calle brand and what you're doing now is a resurgence. And so I just think it's important for people to understand that like, this has been a journey that's, almost 20 years. And I know a lot of us are out there on a journey of like, maybe like my entrepreneurial journey is a couple of years.
Yeah.
And so I just, I think it's important for people to see that you've got those ebbs and flows. And so maybe now that we did the Debbie Downer version, like how did the resurgence come about? Like tell us about that.
So actually, I have a soccer coach that used to say, Argentine soccer coach that I love still to this day. Like he used to say, you have to go through hell before you get to heaven. Which is true in sports. If you think of like the double days or whatever and call it, like
Hell Week, right?
Hell Week.
We all grew up with
you
a
go
Hell
through
Week.
hell to get to heaven. I believe that's true. And so like fast forward 2012, kind of all the founders kind of leave, business kind of closes. 2017, there's a dude from LA that is interested in buying the brand. And at this point, I only owned about 11% of the company, and I started it, and I had at one point the largest kind of percentage, and then. But
over time, trying to
dilute it down to about 11%. This guy comes up from LA and wants to offer just for the brand, and there's nothing there. Like if you went to kaiasoccer.com, it was like the GoDaddy's parking page. Like there was literally nothing there. There's no inventory. Just wanted Calle and the Pigeon.
Liked the branding. Yeah.
Like what happened to the brand, and he was willing to pay $400,000 for it. Which, like, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I wasn't expecting anything from today, but like $40,000 check would still.
If anyone's interested in buying the Burning Questions brand for $400,000, I am selling. No, just kidding.
But long story short, the investor had put about 1.7 at that point into it, and thought there was too big of a gap. Anyways, in the story, there was no deal. Well, that night I went on to USPTO and found out that the trademarks had been abandoned since 2013.
Oh, wow. So there weren't even.
So I spent $275 to file get the trademark on the pigeon, $275 for Calle,
and it's yours.
And I owned the trademarks for $550. So in a ways, it feels like it kind of came back. I feel strongly that I'm supposed to do something with this, like the experiences that I've had in my life leading kind of to this. Like I'm almost like what's the movie where he goes through all these experiences, the one that's in India. What's the movie called?
Secret Life of Walter Mitty?
Nope.
We're going to keep going until we find it. What is it? Wait, it's where he goes to...
He's on a show. He's on a show and he knows all these random...
The Truman
answers.
Show? No.
Slumdog Millionaire. Thank you. I feel like...
Why do I not know that one?
Slumdog Millionaire? Great film.
Calm down. I think I may have seen it. I just can't remember it.
Great film. But just random experiences throughout my life that I'm like, I feel like I'm supposed to do this. And it's not, there's no money in freeing the game. I'll be clear. It's not a sexy business.
Yeah.
Until you find out like how do you make money in it and freeing something, because the whole idea is to let the kids play. So in 2017 I acquired the brand back, or 2018 I believe. So I maybe missed a year. 2018 I believe that was it. And then 2019 I acquired Calle.com for 10,000 euros, which was like about $12,000 at the time. We always had the CalleSoccer.com, Calle Republic. So I was in about 15,000 is all to own the brand back.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Which is an investment of itself. I mean, it's not small.
Yeah.
And
luckily, by that point, I'd figure out how to do business. Calle never was profitable. Calle was in the 6 years that we were running it, we never kind of broke even. Retail business back then was like going to trade shows and having crappy margins on retail. And so when I relaunched the brand, so let me not skip too far ahead. But so had the brand, was planning on relaunching 2020. COVID hits. Pause.
Great time for street soccer during the middle of a pandemic.
Well, actually, pickleball blows up, right?
Yeah.
Pickleball blew up.
That's true.
During COVID, which is kind of part of like our, one of the inputs that we have. But yeah, so in 2022, finally, relaunched the brand. But at that point, it had, I have kids, and I'm not the 25-year-old soccer player that started it, nor do I look it, nor do I have the energy that I had when I was 25. And so how do you do something that's going to be, I'm not the cool guy anymore, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be the model for any of our pictures. But where do you focus on? And I realized that kids were leaving the sport because they just weren't having fun. The number one reason kids leave soccer is they're not having fun. It's not even the price. The price is crazy.
Well, that's because, have you ever been to a kid's soccer game with 50 parents on the sideline screaming every time they get the ball?
It's not pleasurable.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And so, but when we have a shop in Salt Lake, right? When people rent out our space for a party, all the kids beeline for the court. That's all they want to do is they just want to play. And I think it really is that simple. You have to build these, perfect timing. You have to build courts, create a culture around it. And, winner stays, call your own fouls. But we've thrown tournaments. We don't have refs. We don't have coaches. There's no parents. It's similar to like what I saw in Spain.
Yeah, that's
these
crazy.
kids just playing all the time down on this little fubito court, this little concrete court, and they were so good. And it's just you gotta change the mentality, because in America, since the time you're 5, you've been buying uniforms and paying to be a part of this thing that's a lot of times not what's in the best interest of the player. So.
Well, what's not in the best interest is to go to Little Dick's sauce.
Okay.
All right, you got to eat the next one.
Okay.
Travis, I think is gonna.
I'm like, I'm taking a bite.
Travis, I'm like, did he just like keep going because he knew I was gonna make him eat another one? All right, you got Little Dick's. This one's 6,900 Scoville.
From 1,800 to this.
Yeah, from 1,800 to this. Yeah.
I need a plate, maybe.
Yeah. Here, just.
Just throw it.
Oh yeah, you got trash. Yeah, just. Dump
I
it in
can't.
here.
I'm not gonna eat the whole thing, right?
Just take a bite. Take a bite. The next question I have is maybe doubling down on this idea of.
That's not bad.
You've got this one isn't that bad.
That's kinda sweet.
In fact, you know what? We're gonna
People need to try it.
we're gonna get him over to Neil's real deal. Like I'm not even gonna ask him another question until he does another one. So you got to take another bite
Okay.
because that one was too weak. People actually enjoy that.
That one's not bad.
That
That was
one.
good.
No, we do
I
have
figure I go to like 4 maybe.
yeah.
I feel bad wasting them.
All right, Neil's real deal. This one. I've got Dave Portnoy in my
That's a lot
like
of sauce.
everyone knows the rules. One bite or something. What is this one? I said I'm trying to figure out what. Oh, 17,000 Scoville. Okay, so now we're starting to find some heat. But okay, let's maybe double down on like if there's people out here that are they're passionate about some cause. It's like you've got this idea of you're doing a retail brand with a nonprofit. Like you said it. It's not like you're not making it. It's not this glamorous job to make tons of money. But how does someone pursue their passion, even if it's something like this? It's like it's a big goal that you have to change soccer in America, and it's like I don't know. Any advice for people that are out there that are like, I've got this great passion, but no one wants to pay me for it yet?
Great question. I think you have to moonlight. I'm a big fan of moonlighting. I think you have to have a full-time job. If you can't make money on it, you have to keep a full-time job. Do it at night. If once that paycheck looks once that is a little bit better, it's a lot easier. I think you have to be, I know a lot of entrepreneurs that will push all in on their idea, and part of me wants to tell them like, all right, time out, maybe not all in. But until that business is making money, it's hard to like assume that it will.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, and now with Calle and Free the Game, that maybe let's like talk more about the philosophy of why does there need to be a Free the Game?
Yeah.
Right? Like why is the model of, do we have soccer fans here, or is this just a bunch of people who don't care about soccer? Okay, all right. I was hoping that we did. Okay, so like maybe double down on that, and if anybody else wants to jump in after and ask him a couple questions, because if you don't follow Travis already, he's a big proponent of talking about how soccer in America can be better. So like, why is Free the Game necessary?
Free the Game is necessary because the system's not going to change.
Like when you say that, what is that? What is the
The system is, so I think a lot of people that love soccer out here understand that soccer is kind of behind a paywall in this country, right? There's a pay-to-play model. You got to pay a lot of money if you want your kid to get good at soccer, right? And like, if your kid is 12, 13, 14, and they're playing on a top team, they're traveling a lot. You could expect, I mean, how many parents out here pay over $5,000 a year?
Oh my gosh!
Who pays the most? Let's figure it out.
Martin, don't tell us how much
5?
you pay. He's
We got 5?
all
Do I got
in.
6? Do I got
Martin's all in back there. I know he's
Yeah.
got a couple of kids. I think.
Yeah. Per kid. There you go. Okay, soccer.
We all need to know what.
Right. If they're-
So what
if
is
they're-
Miguel or what is Martin doing on his moonlighting so he can afford his kids' soccer?
He's calling me at 11 o'clock at night, seeing how we could do this. No, I'm just kidding. But it is. It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of money. If parents knew. In fact, this is a good little like splice. Can I grab something? Really
Dude,
fast?
we're casual. Yeah, grab it. Just know you're getting
Sure.
sauce on it.
I'm not very good at communicating, and so sometimes I just like put it on a T-shirt. It's all wrinkled. This is like the one that got the most wrinkled.
That's
but
okay. There's going to be
here-
13 people on YouTube that are going to see this.
You can't see. Yeah, exactly. But here, I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
Or want you to see it? It's basically a little chart. Sorry, I got away from the mic.
That's okay. Well, here, want me to hold it up so you can read it? I'll try to keep my.
I can't really read that much.
You need me to
Anyways,
read
I'm
it?
gonna pass this thing
Here,
around.
give it to me, I'll read
I'm gonna
it.
pass it around and let everybody else read it. But the point is, the more that you pay for soccer, the less likely it is that your kid's gonna go pro. And the reason is because, and you'll see the numbers of all the countries in the world that produce the most top 1,000 talents. And this is just on the men's side, for example.
Okay.
Anyways, but like of all the countries that have produced the best players, the top 1,000 in the world, Portugal's the most efficient. Uruguay's number 2, Spain's number 3. But anyways, as you go down there, you get to like number 76, and America's the 76th most proficient country at producing a world-class soccer
76.
player. And by world-class, I mean like top 1,000
Yeah.
in the world.
And how does that compare on spend?
We have 4 men in America. 3 of them have British accents, so
yeah, exactly.
that are in the top 1,000. And so we don't have the players that but the cost of doing it, it's growing. It's not. I put 5,000 on that chart if you guys see the chart, but people in Spain, I'll speak to Spain because I know Spain, but you're paying 300 euros a year, and that includes your uniforms. Mm-hmm. And the likelihood of them making it to a Real Madrid or Barcelona is so much higher than yours.
Yeah.
Even though you're paying $10,000 a year, so much higher. You'd be lucky if you made it in college playing ECNL, right? That's like the goal, is just to get to college. Meanwhile, world-class players are growing up playing for free in the streets. Mm-hmm. So I think that coming back to free the game, you need a free base if you're ever gonna think you're gonna be competitive in the world. You have to have it. There's no country that doesn't have it that's at the top.
Well, and you were kind of sharing this with a couple of people as we were starting, but it's this, the system is manufactured right now to where somebody's benefiting.
Right.
So it's not going to just transition to free the game, right? I mean, so it's like
they'll even do. I mean, some of your parents might know this. They even require you to stay at the hotels that they've booked for the tournament because they get paid for it.
Mm-hmm. Some kickback, right?
100%.
It's all just like this big cycle.
And if you took 80% of what you pay, it's not going to a coach that's coaching your kid.
Yeah.
80% of it's not even going to the coach that's coaching your kid.
Yeah, it's just getting siphoned off on all the ancillary things.
Uniform, all the things that won't change the trajectory of your kid.
Yeah.
So if you remove all those, what does soccer look like? To me, that's free the game. I grew up in Southern California. I grew up around the skate culture, and I always use this example as how expensive is it to become a professional skateboarder?
Yeah, I mean,
you need a skateboard.
Yeah.
And some time. What if soccer was like that? We just needed a ball and a place to play, and you can get there. Americans have no excuse not to, be a professional basketball player, because within 5 miles of your house, you can go play on 10 free basketball
There's a bunch of
courts.
places to go.
Soccer, you got to pay every time you play.
Wow.
But it's just a mentality thing. You don't have to, but we do.
Yeah.
And so that is the challenge. Is how do you convince parents to stop paying and chasing
Start
this?
sending their kids in the streets.
Well, no.
I mean, in some ways,
saying,
right?
Do you want to buy or do you want to keep renting?
Yeah.
Because buying is putting some money into a place that has equity, and at some point, once that place is built, you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So a skate park, there was 2 futsal courts that were just put in Pleasant Grove from the foundation. They're like the U.S. Foundation ones. $460,000
Wait, from U.S. Soccer put them
Yes.
there? Oh, really?
in Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove paid for them. $460,000 for 2 courts. We're building courts with local artists, local welders for $30,000.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're all unique.
And
so,
they're repurposing a lot, right? I mean,
we're not pouring new
11th
concrete. It's all
Avenue,
fixing
right? Yeah.
existing spaces.
Yeah.
And so I think that's scalable. I don't want to make money off the game.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of Free the Game, is that we're not trying to make money on the game. Now, is there a business opportunity on the side of it? That's what's really interesting to me.
And what is that? Because I mean, again, it goes back to this idea of I see the passion, but it's how do you keep fueling the passion with the side?
So Google makes about $300 billion a year giving away the world's best search engine, giving away the world's best maps. How do they make money? On the side. Mm-hmm. If you gave the game away for free, which everybody else in America is charging for, give the game away for free, and you charge on the side, Google makes $300 billion a year doing that. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get anywhere close to that, but the idea, the model's the same. No one's doing that. If it costs you 5 cents every time you searched, you'd be less curious. Mm-hmm. You just would. You wouldn't have as many questions. Well, questions are good. And how good is your kid against these kids? Well, let them come out and play. It's free. We hope you buy a coffee or maybe a shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
So you curate what's around the court, but you can create a cool experience for $460,000.
Yeah, yeah.
Shipping containers. We have a concept that we were working with Salt Lake City on that unfortunately took a time out, but it was 5 abandoned tennis courts. And the logic for me is, well, if you made 5 courts and everybody started on this court, it didn't matter if you were really good, you respected the rules that everybody started on this court. You win here, you go up. You win here, you go up. You lose here, you go down.
Kind of king of the court, and you just
and it naturally sorts itself out.
Yeah, yeah.
No refs, no admin, just culture.
Yeah.
And you respect that. And we've had tournaments with no refs. And parents don't. This is the funniest part: is parents don't know who to yell at. They're literally they're like they might be standing next to, because our space is pretty small in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
they might be standing next to the kid that just tripped their son, but it wasn't intentional. And the culture is you help them up, you call your own fouls, and just enjoy it. Very
The call
different
your
than
own
youth
fouls
soccer.
is like interesting to me because it's like we all grew up doing that.
That's so yeah.
But yet now it's like you can't, you
Right.
can't have a kid's soccer game without 3 refs. It seems
Well, and
like.
if you think about a soccer player's journey, for you guys that have soccer player kids, have they ever not played where it's been organized?
Yeah, no, that's in the U.S. not a ton.
Yeah. I mean, maybe juggling in the backyard or have a little goal, but where they can go down to a place and get a game in with some friends, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. So how's it being received? I mean, you've got 7 courts, right? So like, what do you see as like the key partnerships, and how are those going? Like, what and how do you find
I
them?
think we're right. We're right there. I think we've had to go over the last 3 years to kind of figure out who our people are. And when I relaunched, had a little bit of money from like a warehouse that I sold in Utah County. I figured I've always been bottoms up. I grew up in a 1,200 square foot home in South Bakersfield.
Bakersfield, California.
There we go.
High
Props to
five.
Bakersfield.
I was
Not
in the
even-
desert.
Not even
but
I-5. It turns into 99 going.
Yeah,
to
that's true.
Anyways, but I get you.
I'm in desert. I grew up in Victorville.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. So-
side note, we'll talk about that later.
Okay. You're 661? Is that 661?
No, 760.
Oh, okay.
It's a wannabe 7. Anyway,
Okay.
we could go on like this is next thing you know, we're going to be talking about like the freeway system from
Okay, yeah.
SNL. You guys seen that
Yeah.
skit where it's like, and then I'm going to take the 5 and then I get off the 10 and
Oh,
take
yeah.
the 60 and then I'm going to anyway.
When I got my own version of that, we went from Bakersfield to Mission View.
Oh, yeah.
5 years, so we were like 5 south to the 210 to the 57 to the 91 to the 55. Anyone that knows Southern California knows exactly where I just took them.
I know,
like-
I know. It's awesome.
But there's 25 million people in Southern California. And
Yeah.
so like when the system has only gotten 3 million registered soccer players and it's worth $6 billion, I would argue that there's probably 3 million unregistered soccer players in California, in Southern California, who aren't being talked to.
Yeah.
They're not even being talked to.
So how do you engage them? How are you getting to them?
That's what we've been building. So I think the culture is, and it's building communities too. There are already street soccer communities that are around the country. That I could say in LA, you go with Bull, in San Diego, there's Chicana futsal, and they all have their own space. And so it's very different than 20 years ago when we started street soccer, and everyone would ask, "Why would you play on the concrete?" Which is a valid question to
It
an
is
American.
valid, yeah.
Right? Well, because you stayed over there and it plays different, and you don't want to fall, and it teaches you something different. Anyways, but there's already spots going on all over the country, and so the timing's different.
Well, isn't it funny though that like we don't play on soccer on the concrete, but we'll play every other sport? Like, I mean, football, you play on concrete or in the asphalt in the street, or you play basketball pickup on
Well,
concrete.
think about it. We live in a desert here in Utah. Mm-hmm. So do you know what the cost is? Here's the other crazy part. You know what the cost is? Anyone have a guess as to what the cost is to water and maintain a full soccer field in Utah
per year.
per year? One soccer field.
Astronomical.
Just guess.
I
So
don't
that's
know, I'm gonna
basically
say
watering it, seeding it, mowing it every
10K.
week. Huh?
10K.
Anybody else got a guess? Somewhere between 80 and 100. That's the taxpayers pay. You know how much it is to maintain a street soccer court? Zero.
Yeah.
You don't have to water it. You don't have to mow it.
Yeah.
The fencing, if it bows out, you can tighten it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why are we doing all these things? Why is there this industry that's so like, you look at it and you're like, it's so inflated. We all know the costs are inflated, but the whole experience is inflated. It's just not, it could be so much more real and way more cheap. That's what I was talking about, equity. You could take a team that's paying $3,000 a year of 12 players, and you could build a court instead of playing that season, and you'd play for free for the rest of forever.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just
It's a shift.
Yeah, it is a shift. And it's also, I think there's when I moved here to Utah, there's definitely like a keeping up with the Jones mentality, right?
For real.
And it's real. It could be used for good. I mean, there's bad sides of it, right? But if it's used for good, you'd say, well, how do we make our court better than that other court? You can have a sense of pride in like your spot, your
I mean,
court.
that is what's kind of cool of how you guys do the community effect of like the artists that come in and build like the
always
courts.
locals
Yeah, it's cool.
to build it.
Yeah, I
That way
mean,
you can curate it to where like when you go, and if we did one in Provo has its own culture.
yeah,
Very different than West Valley or Salt Lake or Ogden or wherever. So
be very straight lines in Provo.
yeah, I mean, it could.
Blue court, painted white and blue.
When I was in Provo, there's definitely like an underground scene though. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
We don't talk about
can
that
we get
one.
you
Yeah.
another one? Because this guy is he's pretty good on this. All right, get after this one. This one was Ninja Napalm. No one's running up to the front to grab one yet. Nope. Okay, Jared, I see you. Ninja Napalm. We're hitting 133,000 Scoville. Yeah, so we just jumped you from 17,000 to 133. No big deal. Okay.
That one's special.
It's going straight in the trash, is what you're saying?
I ate a chunk of it, but
Okay. Anybody want to double down on a question that I haven't covered yet? Okay, right here.
I'm just curious if you have a sense of why the system is like this in this country, like if it's always been that way, or is it just a recent thing?
I think since the 70s, it's been a business. Youth soccer's been a business and it's continued to be a business. No one's challenged that, right? Whereas, how much does it cost you to play pickleball? That's new. That's happened in the last 10 years. A pickleball court's twice what we pay for a court. Twice. So if we can give the city a reason to say, hey, don't water a big grass field and mow it, we just want a place like this to play. We can make, in the size of one grass field, you could do half of it out of turf. Sorry, that one's crazy.
This is why we do what we do.
You're next, dude. You're up. Oh, that one's.
Yeah. Did you lose your train of thought yet? Because that's usually what happens.
My eyes are watering now. Yeah, I did lose my train.
Give the city a reason to dedicate the same amount of funds.
Pleasant Grove just spent $460,000 because they didn't know any better. They didn't know any better. So you don't blame them for not doing it, but you have to give them an option. Right now, the only options that cities get is we need a space because we have a club and we have all this stuff. As soon as you're a business that's making money, the city's going to charge you for it. So you have to rent the fields.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to rent pickleball. You don't have to rent basketball. So it's just someone else with like a different idea. I really think it's that simple. I think it will catch on, especially our offer right now, Free the Games offer to the cities is we'll bring half. So if they have a space that they give us, that's like under,
you're going to go like private donations and
yeah. In fact, the last court that we built at 11th Ave Court, up in the avenues in Salt Lake City, 75% of that money came from out of state because they just like what we're doing, which is cool because cities don't get that money.
So right now you've got Salt Lake, you've got Austin, St. Louis. What's next? What's the future look like for? Is it doubling down on local and like building a strong presence that then people can replicate otherwhere, or is it expanding and getting a bunch of little dots everywhere? Like I'm curious, like what the strategy is.
You want to hear 2026? What we're trying
2026, 2027, yeah.
The plan in 2026 is actually double down on Utah.
Okay.
So to go deeper into Utah, and the idea is to do 6 different events from May to October, 1 per month in different cities.
Cool.
And the idea is between now and then is to work with the cities to find a space to be able to do this. But what we build with the locals, we leave behind. So the idea is that, again, we're building this with West Valley or with Provo or with Salt Lake City. Whatever budget they have, we'll try and match it. And to document the whole thing. One of the meeting I had this morning was with a group that could like potentially help document all the different episodes of the different events.
And so is it kind of the idea of like when you say event, it's like let's do a street soccer centered event, but then also build the facility to support that. Then we move on to the facility stays.
Yeah, we're having the tournament at the place that we just built.
Yeah,
and you're leaving it behind for the community.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I think right here, double down.
Question. So I'm originally from Venezuela. I haven't made it to the World Cup yet, but hey,
we got next year.
Hey, so my question
is... they're done.
Because usually worldwide the futbolito approach is grassroots. And I grew up, but if we didn't have a soccer ball, we just squashed the gardens and we just played.
Yeah, you're not going to stop from playing the game.
Yeah. So right now, since this is coming from an organization, and then I commend you for it, and thank you for providing space. What are you working with, say, the IRC, the International Rescue Committee, with refugee communities, the Latino community, to let them know, hey, we have this space right here, and it's free. And
Well, so we could do a better job kind of doing that. What we've tried to do basically in the last couple of years is figure out the model. Because again, the recipe is free. I'll give you the recipe. In fact, Free the Game will give you the first $3,000. And so it's just, if we could do it for $30,000, the idea is to teach people how to do it.
But we're talking, right now you're talking about the business model.
Correct.
I'm talking about the game itself.
Right.
So
how do you get people to use them? Is that kind of what you're thinking?
Well, so it's one and the same. I think it's one and the same. When you go to help build something, you're going to show up. and you're going to use the thing. So I do think it is like when you could slice it in. We do $30,000, but if it's 3 slices, or excuse me, if it's slices of $3,000, now all of a sudden you can get a lot of people helping to build it, right? And it comes back to that when you help build it, I think that you show up, right? So it's going to be in the culture. When we go to West Valley, like it's going to be predominantly Hispanic, right? And I'm grateful that I went to Spanish. I'm fluent in Spanish. I used to work in Mexico City, Chilango. You were in Mexico City, right?
No, I was Chicago, but spoke a little.
Oh, Mexican accent though. Mexican accent. Right?
You build it and they'll come type of thing mentality too. Because I mean, these courts that you built, are they like super busy?
Yeah, people using them.
Like a ton
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
People who are just like showing up
Yeah,
and playing.
it's different though too, because the 400 and I don't know about the Pleasant Grove one, but the ones that they've done up in Salt Lake, a lot of times they're locked up they're in schools, and so they're locked up after school, so like they're not getting used. What's
It's
the
not
point?
truly. Yeah, it's not.
And so you never really develop a culture below the grain. Whereas Sugar House, if you go there any day at Sugar House, you're gonna wait to get on the court.
Same thing at the Avenues.
In the Avenues, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Oh, do you go to the Avenues? Rad. And it's got the best view. You see all
It
of
was pretty
Salt Lake.
sick. I did throw it up on the screen because of that.
It's beautiful. Right.
Yeah.
And ironically, in Utah, here's what's really crazy. This is what when I was saying earlier, I feel like I was, kind of a
It
lot of the
came to you, yeah.
experiences well, that's weird. Our courts are 40 wide by 60 long because that's what was in our building that we rented in downtown Salt Lake. Ironically, the concrete pads that are all over this valley that they used to play volleyball on, almost all of them are abandoned. It's the same size. And so we've shrunk the futsal court basically down in half, but we only lose 2 players. We play 4v4 instead of 5v5, no goalies. No kid wants to play goalie on a concrete anyway. No one's diving.
Yeah.
So, may as well take that out. So even the game itself, we've changed to be more proficient for the player, more efficient of a system. There's no out of bounds on the side. You call
Right.
your own fouls, winner stays on. So if you go to Avenues or whatever, you could expect that, right? So it is you have to teach a culture with it. If you build it, they will come. I think the U.S. Soccer would hope that because they built a lot of them that people don't play at. But you have to activate them. You can't. It's like planting a seed and leaving it there. The likelihood of that producing good fruit, not very good. You got to water it. You got to take care of it. So we go to our courts. We have activities at our courts all the time. So the idea too is when you build a court, that once a year you're throwing a tournament there. Mm-hmm. Because I just believe that if Calle as a brand could see the best players, it shouldn't matter how much you have. You shouldn't have to go to all these fancy, be in a fancy league or go to this tournament that this college coach is supposed to be at to get seen. No, there's a player that we sponsor. Her name is Maggie Jones. She's 10 years old.
She's amazing.
She's got almost 17,000 followers.
You gotta
guys
go
all
follow
gotta follow
her.
Maggie Jones.
Yeah.
If you don't follow Calle, at least follow Maggie
Yeah.
Jones. But she's incredible. She's from Sandy, and she's probably gonna be. I mean, if she continues, she might be the best American woman of all time. She's that good. She's really good, and she's here in Sandy. But you gotta you gotta keep it fun for her.
Yeah.
And so you got these players, and this is how they play. This is gonna have they're gonna have to keep. That's how they're gonna keep their edge. By playing older.
Do you want to keep it fun by going one more?
No, actually. Second thing.
One
Yeah,
card.
yeah.
Call in the relief. Okay, we're going to.
Get me.
I got you.
So this is Juan Carlos.
Juan Carlos, get cozy on the little love seat over there. He's designated hitter now because this is the second time that you've been brought up to step it up for.
He's also on the free the game board.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
So, it's
So,
kind of
so maybe
he's helping.
let's ask you a question,
Yeah.
Juan Carlos, which is
you can tell me what this is.
well, you're doing Arbol Scorpion, which is that one right there.
This one?
Yeah, Arbol Scorpion. That one. Where is that one? That one's 820,000 Scoville. He's gonna do
6
it.
times higher than mine.
Yeah, 6 times hotter than yours. So why are you involved? What is it about Free the Game? I mean, that captures your attention and jump on the board.
Yeah, I think the biggest reason I got involved is I've been involved in soccer since it's not hot. The chicken got stuck in my throat.
Sure, that's what everyone
I got a chicken stuck in my throat. I'm good.
Dale
You got
otra.
recorded it? Okay.
Dale otra. Here, más.
Oh, thank you.
Dale más, dice.
I got involved just because I saw what Travis was doing with Calle and Free the Game. I've been in soccer since I was a kid. I actually grew up loving Calle and loving. He had a street soccer ball, which I don't know where it went. We had it around here somewhere. That me and my
back,
friends
right there.
would literally go into apartment complex basketball courts, those fenced-in ones, and we would create our own soccer goals at the post and play with his ball that he had created back in 06.
Wow.
And so I grew up with the brand. That's something that I loved, and when it went away, I was kind of sad about it. My little brother, I don't know, randomly went and played pickup soccer at his facility, and that's when I was like, oh, Calle is back. I gotta figure out how to get involved with what they're doing, and that's how I kind of got into it.
I ate it's hot. The Arbol Scorpion.
Poor guy.
Tap out at the right time.
Do you want to try the bomb sauce while we're at it?
The bomb was my favorite one last time, so
Does anybody else want to try the bomb sauce while we're at it? Nope.
I think Hannah should come up and do it.
I would literally just call 911. Like, I would panic.
911. All right, here you go. Travis, are you going to try it?
No, I think from a distance, I could
You can
try
smell it.
All right. There was
just to add to something Travis said though about Free the Game,
add to it.
we're finding communities already that are already playing out there and that have already created that like community and space that don't have like an actual street soccer court, and we're helping them. Barrio, which is you'll see it on, it comes up again, is out in Austin, Texas. They already created a street soccer community and have brought a lot of people together, but they didn't have a space to play in, and that's where Free the Game kind of stepped in and helped out with that as well. So to that point is, yes, we'll build it and we hope they come and we try to activate it as much as we can as well, but we also find people in those areas that are already activating spaces that aren't made for soccer, and then we try to help them make it for soccer.
That's great. Yeah.
I have the greatest respect. To be honest, I didn't know that the brand had been here for so long. Yeah. Now, well, soccer or futbolito is so
Sí.
universal. You know,
Right.
Like the FIFA World Cup is the greatest sports world event in the world. Period. You
Yeah.
know. My recommendation is that you reach out to those who have had that experience,
Yeah.
especially the refugee community.
Yeah.
You know, because man, they probably hear like, where do I go, or at least their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's huge. South Salt Lake has a huge refugee community, and so we are working with South Salt Lake to see if we could do something in
Well,
South
and
Salt
they're
Lake.
in places like Rose Park and
Right. Midvale.
Yeah. Dude, sign Plunge up for South Salt Lake, man. We're right there.
Yeah.
There's a few spots that are.
He just brought some up to me the other day. I
Yeah,
was
that we
like,
should
dang.
go. We should go look at that. I think are there those private spots that you're talking about that just fenced concrete. Nothing's going on.
Plunge should have a little 20-foot container at all of our courts, man.
Sign me up.
What do you do after playing? You jump in a ice bath.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
Be part of the experience.
We had a couple questions that the audience submitted before. I'll get to those, and then we'll probably have some time if you guys want to ask a couple more questions. This is Juan Carlos hitting the bomb sauce, which is freaking miserable if you've never tried it. What a couple? Somebody threw in like, who are 2 or 3 of the biggest players in your growth or your life that have like contributed to who you are? That's kind of a fun question someone threw in there.
So, from a player perspective, my favorite player was Zidane.
Okay,
My
freaking ruthless. That's that guy.
I've never seen anyone make Brazilians look like they didn't play soccer. Like he was in the '98 World Cup, for example. That was crazy. He grew up poor in the south of France in Marseille and played, street soccer most. I liked how he played, right? So as a player, I wanted to play like him. My coach would be one of those 3. Louis Balboa was the father of. Remember Marcelo Balboa that had the long hair on the national team? No, I'm
not
too
that-
old.
Marcelo Balboa, you guys remember him?
Anyways, so Argentine player,
Okay.
coach, so very tiki-taka, like, I love that style. Yeah, probably, and then a third? I don't know. Maybe.
I mean,
Oh, I'd
you
say,
gotta
like-
say Messi, no?
No, I would say,
No.
so Johan Cruyff,
Yeah.
who is kind of like the mind behind Barcelona's system, which is the best youth system in the world, I would argue.
Second best.
No. At a youth level, Barcelona smokes Real Madrid. Madrid buy their players. Barcelona grows them. So It's just a fact. It's just a fact. You can like Real Madrid, but that's a fact.
I mean,
Barcelona grows their own players. They invest heavily at the youngest ages. Lamine Yamal was 7 years old when he got found by Barcelona.
So maybe a sidetrack on that is like, is there an opportunity to merge these worlds of MLS and whatever, and what they're trying to build, the pay-to-play model, to where they're going to enable this at all, or no? Is it just kind of like you got to blow it up?
yes and no. Probably no. Like the pay to play is gonna exist forever, and I mean obviously if they want the money, they're gonna try to keep the players going to their tournaments, going to their events, going to everything. I think the way we want to see things grow with Free the Game is we have connections in the college world, in the pro world. Hey, come watch a tournament. We have the best 15, 16-year-old kids that are playing right now. They're going to catch your attention because the flair is there. That's the other thing about Free the Game. It's not just freeing it as in money, but like freeing it as in free the flair. Right now,
have fun, right?
Yeah, have fun. Like if you see some of the soccer that's being played right now, it's very robotic. It's very pass the ball backwards.
It sucks.
It's boring.
It's boring.
The Premier League, which is by far the most fun league to watch in the world, is becoming so robotic that they're not even entertaining to watch anymore. And that's something that they're missing, is the flair. The wingers, I mean, I don't know who grew up watching Cristiano Ronaldo, and I know he's not your favorite, but Cristiano Ronaldo, he would light up the wing because he would just take people on and just have flair every time that he had the ball on his feet. We don't see that as often anymore, and that's something that we are trying to bring back with freeing the game as well.
Beautiful, beautiful game.
Are you opening it to adults as well?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
I actually think that the beauty of, like, if you had 5 courts that were like winner stays on, I think the beauty is that the kids can learn from older players.
Yep.
That
They can
doesn't
play with
happen.
them, yeah.
You know, you get sliced in half, like, all right, boys, girls, you go that way, ages.
Yeah.
It's not about talent.
Yeah. I
It's
wish.
about cubing you up and finding how many times.
I wish one of my neighbors actually. We have pickleball courts that we take over once a week and play street soccer on, and he's just like totally organic.
Yeah.
And right here, Lehigh started doing it, and I wish he was here because like, it's amazing. We get 20 people to come out for that,
Yeah.
and it's just like my daughter comes. She's 13. He's got an 8-year-old. Then we got like some dude that's like 60, and we're just like all different shapes and sizes and like running around the court.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
There's no setting for that now. That's
Yeah.
the thing, is like you build spaces like this. Now all of a sudden you do see
Adults playing with
adults
kids.
playing with kids because and boys playing with girls because no one's there to say you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and they're better than you. Maggie, dude, I played against Maggie. You need to close your legs because like she'll get the ball through your.
She'll make you look silly.
She'll
Yeah.
make you look so silly.
Yeah.
And she's 10. What? She's 10 years old. Like you literally go on the concrete and you're like, no, there's no way this girl's gonna take me on. But she makes you look like a fool every single time.
She's just not afraid. That's the other
Yeah,
part of it.
that's
too.
cool.
Like when you're free, you're not afraid to try something.
Yeah.
She'll put the ball over his head
Yeah.
because if she messes up, no one's gonna tell her you messed up.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a huge part of it.
Juan Carlos, you're no fun. You know why? Because you take the
I'm
bomb
sweating.
sauce and make it look like it's nothing every time.
Wait, I haven't seen you.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not touching
sweating
it
from this one
anymore.
over here.
I don't do it.
He never does it. Just want to point that out. He
Not never. I just.
You see, like the first episode he did, and then
I
that
have
was it.
been medically told not to do it anymore. It's that bad. I don't know what's wrong with your insides, but
But coming back, I think it's actually beautiful. Like I was saying, like with the tournaments, it's funny to see that the ref or the parents don't know who to yell at because they're used to yelling at the ref.
Yeah.
When the parents have to go out and play, it's also funny.
yeah.
You know.
More
Yeah.
question related to breakdown of demographics statistically
Yeah.
for the fields and who's involved. I understand the program for the kids, but the people use it. Like when I went to the 11th Street, I didn't know it was open. But they were yelling in Spanish. Like, I gotta go check this out.
Yep.
So I took my kids and we walked up, and it was packed. It was absolutely packed. And so they were mostly adults. I did not see the kids were just cheering.
Yeah.
There was music. They
Yeah.
had little things set up.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see if you are tracking that and kind of knowing what statistically it is the impact in
Yeah.
the soccer community, not necessarily
Yeah.
culturally.
Yeah. It's a
but,
great question.
That I think is important. And then the other thing is like you were talking about, when we were little, I'll put 2 rocks and that was whoa.
Yeah, right.
You know, now it's a first world problem. You have an amazing field,
Field, yeah.
court,
And no one's there to
you can
play.
play at. But we didn't care, so I think what Gonzalo was saying is, you know, culturally, you could not run away from playing soccer.
Yeah, right.
You know, like it is ingrained in, mind you, Venezuela, it's a baseball country.
Yeah.
You know, but I grew up in a Catholic school where 75% of the entire school was just soccer field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or futbolito.
Yeah.
So around the
Yeah.
whole thing, and so it was unavoidable. We've never been to a World Cup. We will never go to a World Cup because we couldn't at 32 teams. You know, when we would, but, I think
It's all right.
It's also the hardest to qualify out of Common Ball.
I
That's the
know,
hardest
yeah.
place to qualify out of, so.
But,
Yeah.
you know, those are the 2 things. Like one was a comment, that was more a question because I think that when you have those numbers, it just puts things into perspective. So.
Yeah. So one of the things that we've tried to do is we have Calle Pigeons like our main Instagram account. And then a year and a half ago, we created Calle SLC. And the idea behind SLC is like, it's all things local. And so that one has maybe like 4,000 followers, but that's where we post any of the games. So there's a group that plays in West Valley at this court on Saturday nights. They tag us, we just resend it out.
Yeah.
So it is user generated.
Yeah.
So if you had a game that you guys wanted to go and say, hey, you know, we have a game that we're putting together and it's, it's younger kids or it's adults or whatever it is, whatever you guys would say, you know, like this is the group that we're trying to go, we would just forward that on. And that's connected a lot of people actually.
And is that something that you want to at some point take control over? Or you just,
No, I mean we want to free the game, so I think it's
Yeah.
letting them let it be like something that happens naturally. But
a way for you to create a platform for them to.
yeah, I mean that's something that we've talked about, and I think that is something that 2026 and on, tracking it more and figuring out ways. We've tried it and we were kind of tinkering with Google for a while, and like the Google Maps, like dropping a pin or whatever, and like checking in that way. We haven't, to your point, we don't have the data on it yet, and that's something that for sure we want to kind of continue to grow on and again kind of figure out.
Well, 2026 will be interesting to see from like tipping point, critical mass idea, right? It's like, probably a lot of this comes back to that same idea of you get these little drops everywhere, but I'll be interested to see what 2026 looks like as you kind of merge the culture, facilities, all of it together, more concentrated, and then see how the staying power sticks around.
And it's World Cup year too, so
Exactly.
we'll see a change.
My fondest memories were building up to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Being the player.
Yeah.
Imagining that I was this. And
Yeah.
My friend was the other player, and like, what could you, apalancar? Can you say so?
Leverage.
Leverage.
You leverage
Yeah.
to build up to
Yeah.
the World Cup to blowing out of the
Yeah.
water.
Right.
Because infrastructure's there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
No, those are good questions.
Well, the good news is that people are already there's already an industry that's very $6 billion. They're just putting it in this one direction. So there's already a lot of money going into a solution that's maybe not the best for the player, but like it's a solution. I think it's just proposing something different. I do think there's a business opportunity, like I said, on the side of it. But if you made the game free, right, those that are around will benefit. Someone's going to buy a coffee. Someone's going to buy some tacos. Someone's going to buy, something. There's a business opportunity for those around it. That I think is the ecosystem.
Well, as we finish up, thank you for taking the time. Thank you guys for joining. We did want to do something a little unique at the end. If you're interested in playing a little futsal in here, can we pull it off? You think?
Yeah.
Do we want to do like a competition for like some swag or like
Let's do
like
it.
what is it? Is it score on Travis? Like
No,
what
no,
is
it's
it?
not- no, That's probably too easy.
Is that too easy?
No,
like,
but,
or is it
Juggle,
like,
like, 15 times or
winner
something?
on the court, like whoever can beat 3 people in like a 1-on-1, or what is it? Like, what are we gonna do? I want to do something.
1v1?
A 1v1.
Yeah.
You guys interested? Anybody want to go 1v1? We'll turn on some music, move the chairs to the side. Everyone's looking at me like.
We have some soccer coaches in the background that say they're
I'll
good.
go.
but-
I'll
Yeah,
be the
we-
first to go.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's give Travis and Juan Carlos a round of applause. Thanks for joining us. By way of invitation, we're here every month, the first Wednesday of the month, except for December. So we will be back in January. So come back, visit us. All right, let's get some music, and then I'm kicking you out of your chairs, and we're doing it.
Let's do it.